Hi, I'm Jay with Classic Kitchens, Etc. And welcome to our latest kitchen remodel. Let me show you around. Let's start with the general layout of the kitchen. So originally we had the kitchen countertops just come across and die into this wall here. What we decided to do was turn the cabinets around this corner. So this used to be railing here, and we decided to fill this in and make it a wall so that we could turn the cabinets around this corner here, give them a little extra cabinet space, and still keep some seating here that we're going to be adding in here later, or they're going to be adding in later, just a table and chairs type situation. That gives us more countertop, as you can see, a couple extra cabinets, which is nice too. We have a Lazy Susan here in the corner. Actually, this is our Super Susan, so I like the Super Susan over the Lazy Susan because it doesn't have a pole. This is all made out of wood. Design of the cabinets. Now, I like design where you're either going to contrast or you're going to coordinate, right? So I like the contrast between natural wood colors and grays. I think that's really has a cool contrast to it. And so we did that on the floor and on the countertops. So we have a natural stone-looking gray tile on the floor, and then we have a countertop here, quartz countertop that's a dark gray as well. And I think that makes these cabinets really pop. It looks really contemporary, even though we're using, stain colored cabinets, which can sometimes look dated if you don't design it correctly. This is an Alder cabinet. So, cabinets come in different species of wood. You got your maple, your cherries, all that stuff, right? Beech. Now this is Alder. I like Alder because it has a really nice grain. It's got a similar grain pattern to cherry, but cherry will show more red. Depending on the type of stain you use. The stain is called Pecan. This is made by a company called Canyon Creek. They're out of Washington State. They have a really great catalyzed conversion varnish finish, which is very important because that is going to protect the cabinets and make them last a long time. So that's what we really want to see. We have oil rub bronze handles here. Again, that's another contrast point for the cabinets. And then we have our black faucet and our black sink. That's another thing, sinks, I always get asked, do you want the sink to match your countertop or to contrast your countertop? I'm a big fan of having the sinks match the countertop. Just like niches, I like niches to match the tile, the surrounding tile, because it looks great in a picture to have your niche with your accent tile or your sink with your accent color. But what ends up happening is you're gonna have the sink filled with dishes, dirty dishes, and you're gonna have your niche filled with product, right? So you actually really don't want it to pop. You want it to disappear, right? I went with a black sink, and this is a dark gray countertop. So again, trying to make it disappear as much as possible, right? It does have a little bit of a contrast, but it doesn't draw your eye. That's the main thing. Our backsplash here is a product called Flash. This is from Arizona Tile, and they're a Southern California supplier of tile and stone. And this series is called Flash. I believe the color is called Graphite. It comes in like this 2.5 by 12 inch piece. The faces are undulated, meaning that they're like wavy. Even the face is wavy, the edges are wavy. So it has a little kind of antique look to it that I really like. We designed the tile to go around the window, which I really like. The other option would have been to end it underneath the cabinet here. We have such a small area for tile here, so it's just a few extra tiles and a little bit extra labor, and you can see it now. It looks like the window is cut into the tile. Has a really cool effect. So to add a little bit extra tile around the window is gonna give you a lot of bang for your buck. So something to think about when you're doing your own remodel. If you have a large window that takes up a lot of space or multiple windows on a wall and you can wrap those windows, it's a nice look. As you can see, it looks a lot like the whole wall is tiled and then the window is cut into the wall. So after the Super Susan here, we have a trash pull on the end, which is a very convenient place. I like my trash and my recycle in my pullouts. So you have two 13.5 gallons of each. So full size trash, full size recycle. We could have, if we wanted to, kept going along this space here with the cabinets, but again, they wanted to have a space for a table and chairs. So we wanted to make sure they had enough room for that. Moving along the countertop here, we have the dishwasher, and then we have this nice big 3 bank of drawers. This is great for pots and pans. It's exactly what they have in here. You know, and of course, I like a cabinet that has a full extension drawer guides. So that means that the drawers come all the way out to the face of the cabinet. It makes accessing the rear of the cabinet more accessible, right? So normally you'd have doors and then everything in the back is buried in wasted space, right? But in this situation, you have the full extension drawers. If the drawers stop here, that's not the greatest thing for the drawers to stop here, right? You want the drawers to come all the way out. So what you're looking for is a full extension drawer guide, alrighty? Or a cabinet manufacturer that comes with full extension guides. On the upper cabinets, we have some glass inserts. This is just to give it a little bit of a design flair to it. And of course, you can go with clear glass, and you had to have everything very, very organized on the inside, or you can go with some kind of an opaque glass, like we did a frosted glass here. You could also do a rain glass or, you know, reeded glass, all kinds of stuff, right? When you do that, make sure you get the interiors of the cabinet to match the exteriors, right? So you don't want this box inside here to be white or plywood color or something like that. You want it to exactly match the doors, right? And then we have our upper cabinet, Lazy Susan, which I really love. This is a corner cabinet, so it has an angled door here. As you can see, the door is angled. And then on the inside is a Super Susan, or Lazy Susan in this case, because it has the pole and the plastic shelving. So this is your standard Lazy Susan. And then back to the base, we have another Super Susan here in the corner. So again, that's all wood components in here. And just make sure when you close the door, that if it's a 2-door system, you want the one door to close and the next door to close so you don't bang them into anything. Back to the uppers, we got little small cabinet here for some glasses, cabinet above the microwave here. So this has a really interesting microwave that the client found. This is a slim microwave. Has a really cool door open mechanism that you push this button and it pops open. That's really cool. Typical microwaves will come a little bit farther down than the bottom of the cabinets. And he's a taller guy. He wanted something that's a little bit taller. And he actually found this KitchenAid one that actually has 500 CFM fan built into this one, which is really rare. Typically, your microwaves are 250 to 280 CFM. So having a 500 is a lot nicer. Then we have another cabinet on this side here, just another upper cabinet. And then a 4 bank of drawers. I like to design a 4 bank of drawers in every kitchen. Gives you, you know, a lot of storage for, you know, flatware typically on the top, and then you have storage for your tin foil, your saran wrap, and you know, your sandwich baggies and all that stuff, right? Will fit nicely. Extra towels and everything fit nicely in there as well. On the opposite side of the kitchen, we have the refrigerator pantry combo. And what I liked about this design is we designed these cabinets to barely fit the fridge. You can tell it looks very, very built in. I like that look a lot better than having, you know, a huge gap here and gaps on the side. So I try to build it as tight as possible to whatever your fridge specifications are. Typically, fridges are about 35 and 7/8, so almost 36, and they're typically around 72 tall, but they're gonna range in between 69 and 72. So, you know, it's nice to have your specs available when you start to design your cabinets. Your appliance specs, it's very important to have those available so that your cabinet designer can design the cabinets to fit your exact appliances. And typically, you know, there's gonna be replacements for like this fridge. If it ever burnt out, there's gonna be another one that's gonna be a very similar size you can put in that you don't need to redo the whole cabinets, you know, unless you get something that's really, really custom. All right, and then we have pantry over here. So let me talk about that. Pantry with rollouts, again, very important. I like the rollouts. And this has a full extension again. It's a really great way to save space on a 24-inch deep cabinet. You know, if you have 12-inch deep cabinets, then you don't need a rollout. But if you have 24, you know, 21, something like that deep, then you're gonna really want rollouts. You don't want that wasted space back there. You know, first 12 inches is typically the only usable part, and then after that it's lost space, which you're gonna have up here, because you can't have rollouts up here. If you had rollouts, they'd go over your head, right? Sometimes I do cookie sheet cabinets, you know, cookie sheet racks, something like that. You know, you can also do like they have here, tall items, cereal boxes, things like that. Perfect for up there. For this design, we went with a light and dark gray marble look floor. And I like natural looks on the floor, woods, whether they be a waterproof laminate or an actual wood or tile that looks like wood, or also, stone looking materials for the floor, or mosaics too for the floor I like a lot, even though it gives you a lot more grout joints if you have mosaics, right? But what I like about having an accented floor is it just accents the whole space. What we did here is we went with a light gray that contrasts really well with the cabinets and coordinates really well with the countertop. And that wraps up our latest kitchen remodel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. So, to add a little, okay, can I talk? I don't know. It makes an easier, thank you. It makes accessing, okay, I'm going through something. 500 CFM, what am I trying to say, fan. 500 CFM fan built into it, that's its sand. Shrink wrap. That's what we call it. When you wrap pallets, it's called shrink wrap. Yeah. I want to say, and that represents, why do I want to say that? That doesn't make any sense. That represents our latest kitchen remodel? No, that's terrible. And that wraps up our latest kitchen remodel. Thanks for watching. Thanks, what? Okay, I point a lot. I need to do the Obama. Oh, and I've been recording me the whole time.
Oh, so
you're gonna have fun with that. You're gonna have fun with that.